And now for part 2, we are going to take a look at the movie edition Macross, as it says here, in attack mode. I think this one will be a little bit more articulated. This should be a little more interesting. Similar to the other one, just an attractive painting of several Valkyries flying around. You got actually some Zentradi battle pods floating around as well, because toward the end of the series, the humans running the Macross had actually allied with several factions of Zentradi to help them in the fight. You can see very different in terms of color, much more muted, more greens and grays than blues and than on the TV series version. But also includes, looks like, a couple of different types of destroids. Other side, as I said, on the other one you can really get a grasp of just how much improved the animation is, whereas the other one would take like long shots from far away of just like red lines streaking around. This one you can see like really high detail, really close-up action. The Macross itself just looks like just bristling with color, with detail and line art. So right off the bat, we got what looked like a couple of identical runners to the TV series version, the housings for the feet and engines. Not sure if they are exactly the same, but they look pretty similar. Obviously, they're molded in tan. Same polycap set as the other one. I imagine this one will make a lot more use of polycaps than the TV series version did. A couple more identical runners. So we'll just take a look at one. Got, I'm guessing, probably the shoulder structural support, some cannons, a couple more cannons, some fin antennas, probably joints for the arms, and a ton of the little destroids. Yeah, little bipedal walking artillery emplacements. Yeah, they're all kind of neat. Partially matching clear part set. I think all of these rectangular windows and these longer ones are all the same, and I think the other kit had a larger section here, but otherwise the same. Same complaint about the large frames kind of ruining the effect. Ship's main engine parts are the same as the other kit as well, so. And finally, getting into some detail parts that are a little bit different. I think these are part of the main cannon assembly. Probably venting for the cannon and the shoulder mounts for it, I would guess. Some neat molding in there. Looks pretty cool. Got some more small defense cannons. A couple more here. Probably part of the torso. More neat molding on just some of these insert panels. Some really good panel lining on here. See if you can. Yeah, I'm just a sucker for cool panel lines, and yeah, some neat venting and ribbing on some of these as well. All right. The left and right arms on the movie Valkyrie, very, very different. They do not have an aircraft carrier or a personnel carrier attached to them. I think both arms are basically identical and serve the same basic purpose, but just look very, very different. So you've got a runway, presumably a helipad or a VTOL craft landing pad. These form the sides of the arms. They're kind of bulged out, so overall I'm guessing these are just pretty much the entire arm assemblies. Not really much else I can say about them, but the etched in detail on the landing runway looks really nice. But yeah, there's two of those runners, so it looks like both arms are pretty much identical. I got some shoulder parts, I think. The rest of the main cannon, which in the case of this model is appears to be articulated, so you can deploy it as vertical in the stowed capacity or over the shoulder as the forward firing mode. I'm not sure. These are probably pegs to attach the arms, the forearms to the body, because they look like there's hinges in there and swivels. Thruster bank, not really sure where it goes. Oh, there's the head. Different mold than the other one. It actually looks quite a lot smaller than on the TV series version. So, yeah, and just a lot of tiny little details here and there. Oh, that's actually some really neat cross hatching on the panel lining on here. It's actually really super cool. And like on the TV series version, the legs are all molded in a different color. More of a gray green than a green green. Details are very, very different. They're much more streamlined on this one than on the TV series version, which was very boxy. But while the feet are the same, the lower legs are very different. Overall, some of the details on the back of the leg are similar. I got the same kind of pressure vessels on there that the other one had. Got some neat molded detail in there. It's actually, this is a very thin part. You can see my shadow passing behind it. That's really odd. All of these are actually really thin. I don't know, are they kind of... They're actually molded kind of in translucent. That's really odd. Yeah, the plastic has a very faint translucent quality to it. So yeah, everywhere you can kind of see my hand pass behind it. I wonder why they did that. But yeah, so. For decals, even fewer stripes, even fewer colors. Got a couple of helipad landing bays. You got your landing decks, which you could... Oh, there is the option you could either use the decal for the blue, or you can paint it blue and then lay the decal over top, which is a nice touch. It's probably what I'll do, depending on... And then there's just a ton of numbers. I'm not sure what they're for or where they would go. And then just some roundels and circles and other details here and there. Printing's real nice, but, you know, at this scale, again, same as with the other one, there's no legible text. And instructions. Starts with the cannons. Then moves on to continue assembly of the cannons. And then on to the torso and arms. And then further down the torso, onto the legs, which, again, have a ton of little detailed bits to add. I think these ones are... You have the option, I think, for clear or opaque on these plastic parts, so that's interesting. And assembly of the actual arms. Pretty simple, nothing too elaborate. And then final assembly of the model itself. Looks like the head is fixed, but the cannons can be folded forward. The shoulder boxes can be adjusted. The arms can be adjusted. The ships themselves can be attached or detached should you choose to. The ARMD 01 and 02, I'm not sure what ARMD stands for. And the legs attach that way. I'm not sure if they'll actually have any meaningful hip articulation, or if they'll just be fixed in place. You know, I mean, they'll have hip swivels, but I don't know if they'll have, or thigh swivels, but I don't know if they'll be able to actually, like, lift up or, you know, kick anybody. And finally, your painting and marking guide. Not much to it. And again, neglected to take a look, but yes, painting guide, all in Japanese. God damn it. Why Hasegawa? I mean, I get it. There's not a lot of English on here, but it'd be pretty easy to print that in English as well. Some of their other kits do have English text, and it wouldn't be too difficult to do a search for Gunzi colors and just adapt the list into English. But, it is what it is. So, considering how different the two ships are in color and detail and proportion, I'm actually surprised at how many parts are shared between them. More than just the feet, but like some structural parts as well. Yeah, I really figured they were going to be completely unique in every way. I mean, aside from maybe the polycap set or like some incidental clear parts or something. But yeah, there were like 3 whole runners that were very similar or almost identical. But anyway, it's going to be a long time before I get around to building either of these, because, yeah, don't have a workspace yet. Just kind of building up a stockpile so that I've got lots to work on over the next year once I do get my shed built, which, yeah, kind of bummed I'm not going to be able to get that done this fall. I mean, maybe, but I really doubt it, because, you know, finances just aren't really going to allow it, and timing, and, you know, by the time we finish the basement, we're going to have to work on the garage, and we're going to have work to do inside the main house, and yeah, just, it's just not going to be feasible. So these are going to be sitting in the stockpile for, yeah, at least 6 months to a year before I'm able to get the shed going. Sometime in the spring, probably. But they're nice kits. They're really nice kits, and I really wish that I could build them. So yeah, I'm really kind of bummed. I'm eager to see how much articulation the movie version, attack mode version, has. How many parts they actually do share with each other. Eventually, I might get the movie version in battleship mode and the TV version in attack mode, and do all 4 of them, just because why the hell not? And then I could really get a grasp of how unique and how different they are between each other. You know, and then display all 4 of them beside each other. You know, hell, have them, you know, have the 2 attack versions, you know, duking it out. That'd be fun. Movie was better, TV show was better, movie was better, TV show was better, blah, blah, blah. So that's it for those. Next up, tomorrow, we are going to take a look at the 72nd scale YF-21. So that should be interesting, because I wanted to build that kit for almost 15 years. First time I saw Macross Plus was probably back in like 1998, and I loved it. I still really like it. But yeah, that design was always super cool. Not as cool as the YF-19, granted, but it was pretty cool. So, yeah, stay with us and tune in for that tomorrow. So, thanks everyone out there for watching. Happy modeling.